hold on to your hat because it is quite blowy. But here are those wonderful Windsor Greys who are so much part of this great tradition, based at the Royal Mews, leading the Royal Carriage. 3 others with Her Majesty's guests as well. And in the front carriage rides Her Majesty, who first came here as Princess Elizabeth in 1947. Has been to Royal Ascot every year since. She's accompanied by her eldest grandchild, Peter Phillips, and by Tim and Lady Helen Taylor. Lady Helen, of course, is the daughter of the Duke and Duchess of Kent. And we get the first look at the royal outfit, which is a pink creation.
Yes, we know that today Angela Kelly has pulled together this gorgeous raspberry pink jacket and hat with those amazing feathers bellowing in the wind, ostrich feathers, and a sparkling diamond star brooch. We had grey yesterday from Her Majesty the Queen, and today she has matched the weather with a gorgeous dose of raspberry pink, and perfectly matching Lady Helen Taylor in blush pink with this gorgeous coral red, almost orange bow on her shoulder.
Peter Phillips sitting opposite his grandmother, has an involvement in racing as well, because he's involved in the project that's attempting to bring horse racing to the cities of the world. But as you see Lady Helen and her husband, you think, what a marvellous support from all the royal family. We've seen so many of them. All Her Majesty's 4 children have been here at some stage during the course of the week, and most of the grandchildren are now those who are slightly further distant relations, all wanting to be part of a very special British occasion.
She must never tire of this journey, probably one of her favourite carriage rides ever. And I just love the boucle wool that's been used. Buttons will be down the front, and we're told there's a silk dress underneath with some beautiful florals for today's sunshine.
Tim Taylor is an art dealer by profession, and it must be hot in those coats the footmen are wearing today. At least they're dry, but what a lovely scene. And this is what a British summer is all about. We've been waiting 3 days for, and that is the shot that I'm sure is going around the world, because these pictures, and indeed we have amongst the racegoers today people from all over the world. Now in the second carriage we have Lady Alexandra Etherington and her husband Mark, and Her Majesty's racing advisor John Warren and his wife Carolyn. Lady Alexandra Etherington is actually second cousin once removed to Her Majesty. She's the daughter of the Duke of Fife, great-great-granddaughter of King Edward VII, and is also the godmother to Lady Louise, the daughter of the Earl and Countess of Wessex, and her husband Mark. And John Warren needs, of course, no introduction, sitting on the far side with his wife Carolyn. There is Mark Etherington. John Warren, of course, remember those famous estimate pictures all those years ago.
And they seem to have matched the angles of their hats perfectly in the second carriage. Gorgeous pastel shades. We've seen a lot of blues and lilacs this week from the royal party, and now a final carriage as well.
This is the third carriage, and this is the racing carriage really in this procession, because we have William Vestey and his wife Violet. William is the eldest son, of course, of Lord Vestey, and also we have Luca and Sarah Kimani. Luca, who has just retired from the training ranks, first trained in 1976, was assistant to Henry Cecil. Luca on the far side as we look at them there. And it was in fact the son of an Italian amateur rider champion. Won 2 derbies, and I suppose thinking back through his Royal Ascot successes, possibly Barathea in the Queen Anne back in 1994 would be top of the pile. And a fascinating stat about the Kimani family. Of course, their daughter Francesca is working as part of the ITV team here back at York in 2004, Sarah, who was an amateur rider of great distinction, actually won the Queen Mother's Cup on a horse called Mephisto, and she had her daughter trailing in her wake in, I think, either 5th or 6th place. It's great to see Luca here. And in the 4th carriage, we have Major General Ben Bathurst and his wife, and 2 members of Her Majesty's staff, namely Dame Annabel Whitehead, who is her lady-in-waiting, was lady-in-waiting at one time to the late Princess Margaret as well, and the Queen's equerry, Major Nana Tomasiankra, who was actually the escort commander for William and Kate's wedding in 2011 and is her equerry. Great to see them in these carriages.
Just checking those hats don't blow away. You don't want that to happen now, of all moments. But I love what the Mrs. William Vesty Violet was wearing. She, I think, has opted for Erdem or Alessandra Rich.
William Vesty's father, Lord Sam Vesty, retired at the end of last year as Her Majesty's Master of Horse. And William is actually a member of the Board of Directors at Cheltenham Racecourse, which is his local track. Terrific reception they're getting. And just look how many deep they are on the rails to get the best view. Front row standing was gone, or good, hour and a half ago. And look at those Windsor Greys as well. If you come in via the 308, you'll see statues to Windsor Greys, and they were the gift from the borough to Her Majesty on the occasion of her Diamond Jubilee. A breed alongside the Cleveland Bays that are very special to all the royal family. And just looking at some of those pictures, you're thinking, this is a British summer. What a difference 3 or 4 days can make.
Look at that pop of raspberry as well. It just pops. Just what we all want to see from a crowd packed full of supporters and well-wishers. And on the Duke of Cambridge's birthday. If only he was here.
And surely the national anthem will be played by the band of the Coldstream Guards under their director of music, Major Paul Norley. And this will be the biggest cheer of the week. Great scenes. And the knowledge Her Majesty has of racing is as incredible as the patronage she's given it. Great cheers ring out, and great to see so many service personnel here today. Mentioned the service personnel, Major General Bathurst is in the 4th carriage, is the commander of the Household London Division, a former Welsh Guardsman, but also holds the Legion of Merit from the United States. And there, one more slightly different angled look at this really wonderful royal outfit.
Just the raspberry pop is what we all needed. I guessed right. I'm thrilled. Angela Kelly has surpassed herself on a day when we really felt colour worked the best. The raspberry jacket and dress to follow is so apt. And with those ostrich feathers blowing in the wind, it couldn't be more spot on for a day like today. The perfect summer's day.
Luca and Sarah Kimani and William and Violet Vesty in the 3rd carriage that now goes under the arch as we see the fourth carriage with Major General and Mrs. Bathurst and the Queen's Lady-in-Waiting in a quarry. And now they will turn left and head towards another euphoric welcome when they get into this amazing paddock cum bowl. And they'll go the long way round so more people can get a close-up. But as they go now under the arch, on the left is a board, and on that board is the list of Gold Cup winners, where, of course, amid amazing scenes yesterday for the second time, the name Stradivarius was written. And still, there is proof the skies are blue. And for these people who've been waiting many, many minutes, now a chance to get a close-up.
And they won't have to wonder which the lady of the moment is, because that colour is really speaking to them from here, watching the pictures, that amazing bird's eye view of her. And I love how she, like I said, is complemented by Lady Helen Taylor with those blush pink tones and orange pinks. And just gorgeous. I do love the ostrich feathers. I wore them myself on Tuesday and I haven't seen enough of them, so I'm glad that Her Majesty the Queen has decided to opt for that option. And juxtaposed with the lace of Lady Helen Taylor's hat, they do seem to be pulling it all together for us on a very special day, the penultimate day.
And those of us here yesterday will have noticed that Her Majesty very much caught up in the Dettori euphoria as she made the presentation following the Gold Cup. And as this Landau, one of a set that's kept at the Royal Mews at Windsor, the Landau's used, of course, twice this year for royal weddings, pulls towards the weighing room there to greet her will be Johnny Weatherby, Her Majesty's representative, and also Sir Francis Brooke, who at the start of this year became the chairman of Ascot Racecourse, and the Windsor Greys. What a feature they are of this as well.
Yes, the Queen makes my job very easy on a day like today. It's an easy one to just fall in love with. And I wonder if she's saving the best till last tomorrow, but she's certainly outshone the other outfits today. I really love this. Just a natural classic colour for a summer's day. And so many people wear red to be noticed, and she's opted not for red, but for raspberry pink. And only she can pull it off as she has.
And apart from Her Majesty's, the overriding opinion is light colours very much to the fore, and as I say, blues in short supply.
I know, you seem very pained by that, Mike, but yeah, the lilacs, the pastels, the grey yesterday from Her Majesty. Not many people would choose grey. She offset it with those gorgeous yellow colours. Angela Kelly, Stuart Parvin.